Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new Lush Life video. I'm your host Leon Lush, joined by my illustrious wife, Mrs. Lush, also co-host. Today we're playing my favorite game called Guess the Secret White Person. Jubilee has done it again. There's 6v1. This is a typical thing from them. This one is 6 biracial people and 1 secret white person. So we get to watch along. It should be a quick one and try and guess who's posing as biracial.
I'm biracial.
I am biracial. I'm biracial. I'm biracial.
I'm biracial.
I'm biracial.
One of them is white. If the group discovers who the liar is, they'll split a cash prize. If the liar survives, they win the entire prize. Who is the odd one out?
This sounds fun.
Yeah. So since I am a secret white person as well, not many of you may know this.
He's a red person posing as a
I'm
white
a tomato that's constantly red from my blood pressure and Scottish genes, posing as just a white person, but really I'm red by race. I'm gonna see it through the eyes of the person who is secretly trying to pretend they're mixed race. I feel like right off the bat, like it's that you can rule a few people out, right? I would think, and then
I didn't get a good look at it.
You gotta get a closer look, and then there's a few people where it's like, okay, you could be.
Yeah, like what's your ethnic background?
Basically my mom is Indian and then my dad is white, so I'm Windian, basically.
Windian?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm half Taiwanese, half white.
That's cool. I'm half Korean, half white.
Okay.
Like right away, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, just features, a lot of features-wise, you can kind of, some dead giveaways. So it's not like they're even lying about what their race is. It's like one person is just, completely white, whatever you can call it. This is just classic Jubilee. Like any way they can just take either like the race card or the gender card or the LGBT card and try to spin it into, but at least this one's a little more lighthearted, I think, than a lot of their videos.
Why do you feel that way?
What? Yeah.
I'm a fourth black, and then my mom's white.
That's suspect.
I'm half black and half French, white.
I was kind
Wait,
of
what'd you say?
suspicious of Daria.
Half French and half white?
Half black and half white. Okay.
I was
French
kind
slash
of
white.
suspicious of Daria and Ella. The hair, I felt like it was kind of a distraction as a ploy.
I'm half Native American and half Mexican.
How did your
Believe
guys'
it.
parents meet?
My parents met at a movie theater. My mom was working there and my dad like came in and he just had a crush on her, so he'd always keep coming back and just watching movies. So.
God, isn't just old love is so cute, you know? No, they met at a movie theater and it was cute, and he just stalked her for 9 months and finally she gave in because there were no better options. No, but you're never gonna hear about younger kids just meeting their spouse at a movie theater anymore. Along those notes of how kids meet each other, I was at a cookout recently where there was a younger kid, teenager, I guess. And he was acting pretty shy, and his mother was like, "Oh, I wish you go out and talk a little bit more." He was like, "Oh no," he's like, "I have no problem meeting people like online or like if I'm talking or whatever." But he's like, the second I get around like people and there's a lot of them in real life, he's like, "I can't do anything." I'm like, that is
Yikes.
it's a product of the times. Kind of sad, but just how it is.
I mean, a lot of kids tend to be a little bit more shy or reserved at that age anyway.
I think so, yeah. I think it's normal, but it is kind of like, if you're not in a Discord relationship with someone first, it's harder to open up in real life, I guess.
It's really wholesome.
First of all, that girl's really tall.
My dad was a tennis coach at
Either that or
University
everyone
of
else is
Central
super
Missouri,
short.
And my mother was an international student learning tennis, so that's how they met.
International student, you threw that in there. Okay, I can see it.
Wait, I want to see him. Okay.
Half Taiwanese, half white. I buy it. I do.
Oh, you mentioned international students, so I thought she was targeting me, so I thought, okay, maybe she's the mole.
My parents met in grad school. They both went to Georgia Tech. My dad's from Georgia, but my mom immigrated from France to go to grad school in the U.S. So they just met each other in like the.
She's kind of sketchy.
You think so?
My parents
Little
met at
bit.
a barbecue. My dad.
The guy on the right, the initial 2 sus people he thought are the same ones, I think, too. Just the 2 girls right there.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's
Sorry.
a little
these
reverse psychology. I don't know, with the girl with the blonde hair there. She could very well be.
So she says
half
she's
black.
quarter black.
Oh, sorry, yes.
That's what she says, quarter black, and I personally, just on first glance, don't really see the features, but then you do the hair with kind of the braids like that, but that can be achieved outside of genetics. You know what I mean? So I feel like, and that's what he said, it's kind of sus, like the hair threw him off, like that's the only feature you might be a little, that might be a little telling, but.
My parents met at a barbecue. My dad was in the military, so he was in
Korean
Osan Air
barbecue,
Base in South
best
Korea.
food going.
And my mom was at that barbecue because she lived near Osan. She would tell me about it. She was like, yeah, I thought Americans were really weird because your dad showed up in shorts and flip-flops and a button-up tee with like a Russian bear hat, and it was winter.
Love it.
And they're just like, and then you ended up marrying him. She's like, yeah.
My parents met in LA, which is like the mixing pot, so it makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
She had said that her parents had met in LA, but she didn't really elaborate on that. Everyone else had kind of gone into more detail about their parents, and I felt like that was a little strange.
My parents are both from Arizona. They met, I would say at a bar, I think. So yeah, my mom is from like the Navajo Nation reservation.
We got through the questions.
Okay, we got through the questions. That's good.
So they got to vote someone out.
So she's Native American and what?
Native American Taiwanese or something? I think so, yeah. I forget what she said exactly, but I'm not sus of her at all. I would say the third girl in there with the dreadlock type is going to be the one that they're going to vote out first, and they're just going to win. That's how I feel like.
I don't know. I feel like she's planted there to look like this very white chick.
That's true. They might be doing, yeah, I feel like it might be a decoy.
I think so.
I bet it's a decoy.
All right, so for round one, pick your person. You picking
all right, I think dreadlock blonde is, I think you're right, where it's too obvious.
It's too obvious. I think.
She's a decoy, and I think the real one might be dude on the right in the blue jeans, the French/Taiwanese kid, or I think he's what he said.
Not French.
Yeah, he said half. Oh, was it? Didn't he say
Wait,
that?
I don't remember.
Whatever it
anymore,
is,
man.
half Asian of some sort.
All right, I'm gonna go with girl number 2. I don't know.
This one here,
That's
yeah, she's another sus one. Yeah,
Neither. Why are we not sketchy about?
That's true.
man on
The
the
guy on
end?
the right. Hold on, where is he? Where is he?
He could totally be completely Caucasian. Also, the hairdo he has going on. Every preteen and teen has the same hair.
Okay, yeah. So he said half Indian, half white. Yeah, you're right. This guy's maybe a sleeper. This is the TikTok hair. You don't know about this? This is every.
Why would I know about that?
Huh.
I just see them all, and they all have the same fluff on the head.
Yeah, it's the fluff. It's a meme now where like they'll take pictures of like presidents and put the TikTok fluff on the head.
Terrible.
It's
really ugly.
Anthony's got one
I
too.
know,
yeah.
it's really ugly. And
I mean,
like, he's
Anthony's
so handsome.
no, he's a handsome kid.
But the hair,
Yeah,
no.
it's ugly
Anthony,
to you,
if you're
honey,
watching
because you're
this.
1,000 years old. Okay, the kids love this shit. Super handsome. Just like shave the sides.
Go
and
to
do
the
fluff.
barber and get it fixed.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like it's an assertion of dominance that you're just young because 60% of men by their 25 don't have enough hair to be able to pull it off.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean I have a decent head of hair, but no way I could pull that off. It's too receding.
Nice try.
Thanks.
Also, your hair is
I want
super
to be
straight.
young. That's what I mean. Yeah, you can't really do it with straight hair.
You just have like this mop.
You
and,
have
like,
to have
just
like the
straight,
yeah,
like slick.
That would look awful. We all know. I grew my hair out. You know how that went. It was not good. There we go. All right, so they're voting. She voted Caitlyn.
I was just
Really?
noticing that she seemed nervous and she
they're the
didn't
two
have a lot
sus
of
ones.
details.
On a most simplistic standpoint, Ella looked the whitest, even though
Okay.
obviously it's not truly about that.
I'll agree. True. It's not
No
always
one's voting
about
for him.
A three-way tie
three-way tie.
between Ella, Caitlyn, and Daria. You guys are
Okay.
gonna have 30 seconds on the clock to just kind of prove your case.
So my hair, I have an afro normally, but it's all braided and I added in extensions just because it's easier. But I have 4B curls, which I would only know if I was mixed. I get that from my dad. Everything
Whoa.
else is white because, my dad's half Belgian and half black. And then my mom's fully white, so I just unfortunately am Xerox paper and I don't even tan. But it's all in my hair, I promise.
My mom.
Oh, that's why she said quarter, because her dad's half Belgian, half black.
Yeah, so her dad's half.
So it's
She's
predominantly
quarter.
three.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, she just busted out finally with some facts there. Like,
That was very legit what she said about.
but talking about 4B curls, like there's.
Oh, I know
different
about
grade-
that. There's
I know.
there's different grade of
You have a lot
curl.
of hairdresser friends. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
imagine. So I'm a little less sus now because she finally brought some facts to the table. Okay. Now I'm more sus about dude on the right. We
I
just
just
talked
I
about
genuinely would like
half
to
Indian
see
dude.
the afro.
Yeah, I would too. I would see what that would be. Can we have a picture we can see? I don't know, but
Fran, she's from a place called Rennes in Brittany. And then my dad grew up in Devereaux, Georgia. But I actually also grew up in Arizona because they moved there and had me and my younger brother, younger sister. My sister and I are kind of the palest, but my brother actually looks like he's black. So yeah, it's a weird liminal space to be in.
What I was going to say before is that my mom is from the Navajo Nation reservation, and my dad
Navajo
is
Nation res.
Mexican. He just grew up in Arizona, so
Mexican Native American,
I
that's what it
have
was.
equal balance.
I think she's just a
both,
nervous
I
person, to be
guess.
honest.
yeah. I believe her.
she started, you know, kind of giggling or laughing in her story, and I thought, there's something suspicious here.
She's sketchy.
Dude, he looks like, first of all, he looks like Vince from Entourage. Does he not?
Who?
The dude.
Which dude?
Who do you think we're talking about?
Kinda.
Kinda. Yeah. That's like a spitting image of Vince from Entourage.
Oh, maybe if he didn't have the stupid TikTok fluff on his head.
Overlay a picture of Vince, please, next to this dude's face. It's basically Vince. It's basically Vince's son.
Let's just get rid of the TikTok fluff.
That's all you can see. That's why you don't even notice the features other than the hair.
It's everywhere.
I know, it's taking over our youth. Just like vapes and TikTok hair.
I just don't trust that these young boys know how to wash their hair.
She got bounced. I don't think that's right. I think she was being honest.
Pale,
you do?
I thought, you know, might have gotten me voted out.
Raise your hand
I think so.
if you think the mole is still in the box and you'd wish to continue the game.
But they voted her out, and they all think.
Well, not everyone.
Quappa? Because you're a quarter, right?
Quappa, a quarter of a half.
Oh, that's good to know. Put that in my backpack.
I have a friend that's Quappa Pit. I guess, like, what was that like for you as far as I know as, like, a biracial person? It's like, you feel like an imposter in your own culture sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm the lightest of...
If you're a Quappa and you don't know what Quappa is, kind of sketchy. Although,
I mean...
seems like a pretty niche term as well.
Just because she's never heard that word.
Yeah.
Me and my siblings, I have a younger sister who's like the color of Rihanna, and then my brother is super tan. And so then there's me, white girl with a giant afro, and people are always like, how is your hair so frizzy? I'm like, well, it's curly, it's an afro. You know, explaining to people like who I am. It was hard at times, but then I also was really proud that I got to say like, oh, I'm part black. Like that's why I have this cool hair. But it took me a while to really love who I am.
Have the rest of you guys felt like that before too? Or?
One thing I felt is like, I've actually been to India like multiple times, and whenever I go, I'm like the lightest one there, so I just don't feel Indian at all, really.
He said that he had been to India and he just kind of threw that out there, and that felt really quick and just like but there wasn't any detail to the story.
Yeah, for me, being from Colorado, my experience has always been too Asian to be white here in Colorado, but here at UCLA, where I'm at right now, where it's a lot more diverse, I'm feeling like sometimes I'm too white to be Asian. So no matter what, I always feel
interesting problem.
One side, and I think that's one of the struggles or one of the experiences.
Like, yeah,
it's okay to be both, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
right, but then you maybe feel like you don't fit into one.
Correct. Yeah, and that's, I mean,
you fit in everywhere but nowhere.
That's the problem for me with how much prominence we put on race alone, outside of just someone's character, their actions, their personality. I think more and more we've gone so into this hole of like having to identify with your particular race. So if you're someone who's not 100% purebred from a certain area of the world or certain race or heritage, it's like that can probably feel pretty confusing because of how we put so much identity into a particular race. So yeah, I guess that's, like you said, sometimes I don't feel white enough, sometimes I don't feel Asian enough. That's certainly not something I'll ever have to experience, but
right.
I don't know. I think when I was younger, I was a little more ambiguous looking. Like people would kind of joke I was like a chameleon growing up because I didn't look the same every couple of years. But it was like, I would always get like made fun of a lot by like other Korean students who would say like, there's like slurs for like biracial people. And so it was always like, oh, people like you just shouldn't exist and stuff like that.
What?
Sorry. Yeah.
Still here.
I grew up in predominantly white neighborhoods my whole life. And I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Navajo. I never had a quinceañera. So I'm not really like 100% in like each culture.
Yeah. For me, growing up mostly with my mom's family, who's majority white, and then my dad's family lives farther away. So soul food and all that stuff I kind of missed out on, and I got to kind of explore later in life, but that's something that I always wish I had.
I'm glad we all got to talk.
Yeah, that was a good discussion.
All right, I'm on the Vince train. I don't know his actual name.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he's sneaking one by.
He's not saying a whole lot.
Yeah.
His like story was not as consistent.
Oh, she's voting for him.
Things that had some detail, and then some other things that were a lot less detailed.
Oh yeah. Bye bye. All right, they were on the same. They're on the same page.
Sucks to lose, but it's all good.
Raise your hand if you think the mole is still in the box and you would like to continue the game.
I don't.
When the group eliminated Devin, I think we found
They
the
knew,
mole.
yeah.
I think we're good now.
If the light turns green, that means you have voted the mole out.
I'll be super shocked if it turns red.
However, if the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you lose.
Horse racing.
Definitely green. Dun, 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 dun.
The anticipation.
Hey, there it is. It was Devin. Had to have been.
Gas money for everybody.
Yeah.
Will the mole please reveal themselves in 3, 2,
She's so giggly.
1.
I think
Oh, it is her. Wow.
I'm Lebanese, Arab, Middle Eastern, which is technically white in the U.S.
What the
When
fuck?
she was
What
saying,
is this
when
shit?
she was saying that I think she said like my brother looks black, and she was like laughing as she said it. She like couldn't. She almost like hesitated to get it out, like she felt funny saying it.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a curveball, which is some Lebanese Arab something, which is technically white. Now they're getting real technical.
Dude, I don't know.
They're getting real technical with it. All right. I guess it would have been impossible to try to sell like a Scottish Irish dude in there. Like, yeah, I'm half black.
I mean, I'm sorry, but the girl with the braids could have, or
no, that was she.
could
Like you said,
absolutely passed a Scottish Irish chick.
Perfect imposter. Yeah, yeah, perfect imposter. Yep. Physically outside of the hair, not
She
telling
said
it
all the right stuff, like the way she was speaking. Was
Right. Well, I think they kept her quiet
genuine.
at first, so you'd be a little curious, and then when she dropped some knowledge bombs, you're like, all right, I feel like she's.
From North Africa, so like Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, etc., and people from the Middle East are considered white on the U.S. Census. So it really goes to
We
show how
had to bring the U.S. Census into it to try and describe.
I'm
why
like,
she's
who
white.
describes? Yeah, who decides?
What a stupid.
Oh, newsflash!
What a
It's the
ridiculous system we
government.
have. Oh yeah, yeah. Good lord, just so silly.
arbitrary
Yeah.
the term white is in the ways in which it's applied to people.
I always think
agree.
it's silly that on the census it's, black, white, Asian. The categories are so limited. And so when I'm doing the census, I just put white because I look like I'm white. It just goes to
Percentage.
show you that no matter what somebody looks like you could be biracial. Like your hair, I would have thought,
100%.
okay, I could believe that you're mixed because you have the curly hair, but you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, right, in like another couple thousand years, like there's gonna be nobody left that's
what?
I mean, even when you do like an ancestry DNA, you have a ton of different heritage, right? Like,
Yeah,
so
oh, yeah.
as we continue to create more communities that are not super segregated, like maybe they were for hundreds and thousands of years, like, and then down the line more, it's just going to be, I don't know. That's why it's just so stupid to me to tie it to just strictly appearance, because like, yeah, you're going to have dominant genes that will make you look a certain way. But that doesn't
Sure.
mean you don't have a ton of other cultures or types of things in your heritage. Anyways, fun exercise in nothingness in classic Jubilee. Thanks for joining us. Curious how you guys did down below. That was genuinely our first watch through, both of us together. So that was our reaction to it. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.